All right. Damn, we got both water bottles on deck. Let me turn it up a bit. Good?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you almost poisoned your mom?
No. So this was a couple weeks ago. I think this was for, I want to say like Mother's Day or something.
Oh my God, for Mother's Day?
Yeah, I think so. Because like they came out here and we were going to go to a like really nice restaurant like that my older sister wanted to take us to. So, hold up.
Oh, shit.
Wait.
That's why we got water bottles.
I didn't even take a big one. I think it was just, I just choked on it. So we were on our way to this restaurant, but the day before we had gone to this pop-up. We went to Pabs' pop-up. He's an amazing Chicago artist. His handle is Pabs Prints. He does some cool shit if you guys want to go check him out. So we went to his pop-up and he had like a vendor there, and the vendor sold infused like Jamaica, horchata, and it came in like the little bottles and everything. I feel like I told this story, did I not?
You told me the story about the event, about the pop-up itself, but because you showed me the drinks.
Yeah.
But you didn't say anything about Mother's Day.
So like the next day, I feel like it was Mother's Day, but the next day we were going to this brunch and I had it in my bag because I didn't drink it because I wanted to really save it for a good occasion. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna drink it today, like on my way to this brunch, so this like brunch can hit, right?
You're wild.
And I had it in my bag, and we were in my dad's troca, so we're both in the front, and then me and all my sisters in the back. And I like look at my sisters and I'm like, bro, you're trying to drink this? And they're like, what is it? And I'm like, it's Jamaica. Like, I winked at him a little. And then my mom over her, she was like, oh, ¿tienes agua? A ver, dame un trago. I was like, and my sisters, like, we all got so weird. And then I was like, oh no, like it's too sweet right now. Like I want to have it like after for dessert. And she was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Bro, I was sweating. I was like, stop. But she really almost took a little drink, but I was like, no.
Did you thought about like giving it to her? Like,
yeah,
let's just see what happens.
Yeah, because I was like, she won't taste it. But then I tasted it and I was like, oh shit, like you can taste it.
Fuck.
So I was like, no, she'll be like, this tastes weird. I don't think she would know what it tastes like. She would just think it's like weird.
And did it hit?
Yeah, a little bit. It was good.
Maybe she would have been fine. You know, maybe she would have enjoyed the brunch a little bit. Maybe.
Hey, young America, we need to talk about something called grass. Not that grass. I'm talking about marijuana. It's stimulating, mind expanding.
Okay, I actually wrote some stuff down as my day was going that I wanted to ask you. Okay, so growing up, did you ever go in? All your sisters had like separate rooms.
Up until a certain age, we shared a room. I think probably up until we got to middle school, and then we got each other's rooms.
So did you ever go into your sister's room? Like, did your sister like having you in there or no?
Not my older sister. She did not fuck with me. I was never allowed to be in her room, but she would always come in mine and be like, okay, like whatever. But then I was that kid where I didn't like to share certain things, and my room was one of them. So when I got the chance to have my own room, my parents were like, okay, well, your little sister's going to stay with one of you. Like, who wants her? And I was like, not me. So my older sister took her, and they slept in the same room for a while up until my dad built her a room downstairs because we had a second living room. So he split it, and she got that smaller room. So everyone got their own, and then I was not allowed into my older sister's. But my little sister and I, like, we were super cool. Like, we'd always like go into each other's rooms. It was fun.
And So what do you remember being the coolest thing about your sister's room, like your older sister?
I think it was her closet because she had a walk-in closet and she had a shit ton of
Damn.
clothes, but she wouldn't let me wear them, so I had to wait until she left for school. Or when I knew she was downstairs, I would go upstairs and the day before school, like go into her closet and then hide it until the next day. And then I'd have to like sneak it back in because if she found out, she'd be pressed.
And did she ever find out?
Yeah, fuck yeah. She knew. She'd be like, this looks off. But she would know.
What was your coolest? Like, did you have like a favorite T-shirt, like favorite jacket or something?
Dude, I don't know. I think it was just a bunch of t-shirts because back then, like when tees were cool, I'd be like, "Oh, this one's sick," or like, "I don't have one this color," so I would just like take it. Or a sweater. I liked a good sweater.
I like a good sweater. And your younger sisters? Anything she had that?
No, because she.
Yeah, I don't fuck with her stuff.
No, because she was like younger, so my older sister liked cooler things because she was older, but my little sister, she's still in her like kid phase, you know. So I wouldn't want to borrow any of hers. She'd borrow my stuff, and I wouldn't care. Like I wouldn't care if both of them borrowed my stuff. I'd be like, fuck it, take it, keep it. You know what? Keep it. To this day, I'm always like, if I have something that they like, I'll just give it to them. But now my older sister. She would not let me do any of that stuff.
I gave Pedro a Topo Chico shirt today.
Ooh, that one that you had?
No, which one? This is like my first
No,
one.
I'm saying like one that you had. No, I was saying the one that you have. Like you gave him one that you had.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I had just got on it though, so and I was gonna wear it today, but I don't know, I just didn't like how it fit me, to be honest. So
Damn, it's because we don't got the sponsor yet. You can't wear it, dude.
That would be a cool sponsor.
We have some friends that have Topo Chico sponsorship. It's pretty cool.
I don't even like Topo Chico, to be honest with you. I
Really?
don't drink mineral water.
Oh,
I
es
don't know.
pobre. I'm just kidding.
You genuinely like it though?
I like it. It's spicy.
I think the reason why I don't like it is because it was always associated with like stomach pains. Like
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
yeah.
have like a really bad stomach ache.
So
they would tell
you
to drink mineral
associate it with
water.
like medicine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it just, I don't know, mineral water is just like have you ever had what's that one fucking drink? It's like it's not a seltzer. It's mineral water, I think. White people love this shit. What the fuck is it called?
The green bottle? Is it in
It's
English?
like a can, I think.
Oh.
It's like it's basically flavored water, but there's no
Oh, a
flavor.
LaCroix?
Yeah, there you go. I had one of those, and I was just, this is not it.
Oh, man.
And I had like a good flavor, I'm sure, but I was just like, this is not it. Like, I'm just not.
You're
I
like,
don't know
oh,
what
I
don't
need
like
a
about
Coke. I need a good Coke.
it. Nah, I just been drinking water for the past damn near since the longest.
Since you were born.
Yeah, basically. No, we used to have a lot of soda in our house though. Like
Oh,
my
really?
mom made sure to always have soda in the house. And
Damn.
yeah, that was really bad.
Were you like a soda kid growing up then?
I would say so. Yeah.
We were a Sunny D house.
Ooh.
Fuck, dude, I'm telling you, my parents would have Sunny D like at least 2 gallons
Damn.
at a time because we would just go through it.
Sunny D was it was a very rare occasion for me. Whenever I
Oh,
did have it,
really?
I was hyped. I was like, this is good.
No, I think eventually, I don't know when it was. It must have been when we were entering like high school when I think they noticed we kind of stopped drinking it. Dude, like on a hot day, some cold Sunny D, we would just gulp it like kids on the fucking hose outside. It was so good.
I know you've had this before. Maybe manzanita. So
Yeah, I thought that's what you were saying before
What?
about the drink, the LaCroix. And I was thinking of manzanita.
No.
That's what I associate medicine with, though.
What?
The manzanita one, yeah.
Why? Because of taste or because like?
Well, also just because it's like a seltzer. But I remember this past time. I'm going to expose myself, but this is a funny story. Back when I went to Mexico in February for my grandpa's funeral, every time I go to Mexico, I have to be very cautious about what I eat. and what I like put into my body, because being here, like your body is just so used to processed foods and stuff like that. So you go over there, like the milk is unpasteurized, like the meat is like not regulated, I guess, how it is here, because people like they farm these animals and they cook them themselves, right, in their homes. So my body wasn't used to that, and after years I've realized this, and I think now with my adult body it rejects a lot of things. So I was really careful to eat stuff from like La Soriana or whatever kind of bigger chain supermarkets there are over there. But I couldn't resist, so I had some street tacos. I had 3, and they were small, they were little. And I was like, oh, I can't just leave and just not have them. I couldn't. So I had them, and yeah, a couple hours later, I wanted to pass away. But my mom made me drink a sidral. Sidral and something else.
Limon?
No, I think it was sidral mixed with like manzanita. Yeah, and like that's what, like we went to the pharmacy and they're like, oh, just drink this. And we were like, okay. And my mom was like, yeah, like I was gonna tell you that. But she wanted to see if she would give me like an Alka-Seltzer or like some type of pill or something. But no, she just told me to drink the drink. And I was like, okay. It tasted like ass, but it worked. I think,
and that's why you associate it with like medicine. And
yeah,
shit.
but
Okay.
there's some seltzer waters to me literally taste like ass. I was
Like
just
which
like,
ones?
ugh. Like sidral on its own is the one that tastes like ass. And then I think it's just that because it's not that strong, but you can taste the carbonation just very lightly.
So, not all seltzers are alcoholic, right?
I don't think any seltzers are you thinking about
just some,
drinks?
like, there's like a drink. There's drinks that are seltzers, right? Like,
Right.
but not all of them have alcohol.
Yeah.
Not all seltzers have alcohol.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
I know what
That's
you
what I'm trying to like. I wasn't sure if like when I was saying mineral water, because is mineral water a seltzer? Or is it just it's two different things?
Because you can have tap, or you can have like regular like water, or what do they say, like sparkling or fuck, I forgot the thing. What's the Kanye song? Oh, sparkling or still.
So still is just like this,
Yeah, it's just like it's
Okay.
not spicy.
right? I just don't know what it is about like the spiciness that I just don't fuck
Maybe
with
it's
it.
because it tastes like ass, and that's why you don't like it. So, a couple days ago, this was the 10th, we actually got a new review on the Apple Podcast. I know after the giveaway, people stopped leaving them, but when there is like one or two, we like to shout them out. This one is from El Chino de Chicago. He said, Fuego. Love the podcast. Being able to relate to so many stories makes it even better. I love it. I think that's so
Appreciate it.
sweet.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. We're excited that you guys are excited.
Okay, so this is this is the conversation that I wanted to have with you actually.
This sounds very serious.
A little bit. It's a little
Oh.
bit serious. Not necessarily, but you'll see what I mean. So,
Okay.
And I've always enjoyed our conversations because you always challenge the way I think, right? Like you influence me a ton in that way. So last week there was a question, right? And it was, how do you feel about Hispanic people who use the N-word?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And and you were very like straightforward with your answer, right? And so, but me, I was like, can't really talk about this right now for whatever reason. But honestly, I probably didn't think I had to take time to think about it, but I really had time to think about it because of your answer, right? Again, like this is the whole like you challenge my way of thinking.
Like you had a reflection where you're like, oh, wait, like,
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Because I think that's like where we see like different perspectives, I guess, right? Because, for example, I said I have friends who say the N word, right? But I didn't necessarily like. I don't agree with it, right? I don't agree that they use that word, and I don't use that word. But I think there's like some. There's definitely people who listen to this and like they either use the word, they use the word, they used to use the word, or they feel some type of way about it, right? And me personally, I used to use that word, right? Not necessarily in conversation, but when it was like reciting like a rap song or something, right? And I bet I'm gonna take a drink of this water. Okay, but I wanted to. I'm sorry, it's fucking
It's
bowl is
dry.
harsh, yeah. But this is why I want to have this conversation with you because I don't know if I necessarily agree with what you said, right? Because I don't necessarily think that my friends are shitty people because of that, because of that sole reason. But I want to talk about this because I think it's important. So, me being someone who, I don't know, like even the way I grew up, all my influences were, it was a bunch of black people, right? Like it was rappers, it was athletes, it was music. It was just like a bunch of different influences, right? And so like that language was it was just like
I understand it was
ingrained
very
us at that point.
normalized.
Right? Very normal. And the way we grew up, especially in our neighborhood too, we were surrounded with other people who use that word. So for us, it was kind of just like regular everyday vocabulary. And some point down the line, I realized that after talking to like people, to different people, like a lot of different people, and just like never being that comfortable with the word because of like the whole
The stigma.
right and the like the backstory behind it and everything and what it means to some people. And so I myself just stopped using it because I was like, okay, this is just not something I don't even feel comfortable saying it. I'm not gonna like force it, right? But a lot of my friends kept on using that word,
Right.
and I was really thinking about it over the past week because I was like, well, why, like I don't think I've ever even asked them like why do they use that word. If anything,
Right.
I've always they are aware that I don't use that word and I don't like when they use the word. But like they're now, what's it called? They still use it, right? Because it's part of like their everyday just language. But it's hard for me to see them as like shitty people because of that, because they never really had let me not say that. All their influences that they continue seeing to this day use that language, right? So like for TikTok, we know that our For You page is very much tailored to us, and it kind of speaks your language, right?
Right.
For them, all the media they see on social media is still that, because that's just who they are, right?
Right.
In that like specific, I don't even know, like the group of people, I guess. Like they're just like part of that, and then they still watch the same stuff. They still are involved and just like around people who use that word, so it's
Right.
still very normal to them. This doesn't make it right. That's like what I don't want to. I don't want to make. I don't want to excuse them for it because
Right.
there is no excuse for it. It doesn't make it right, but I don't think that they're shitty people just because of that one reason. For example, people. Let's take like a mother who lost her daughter to someone who was driving high because like they crash into them, right? Like they probably hear me talk about driving high and they think I'm a shitty person.
Right.
But to you, like, am I a shitty person? Or like, do I think you're a shitty person because you necessarily do that? Like, not really.
No, but I also don't think the comparison is the best one.
Okay.
Because driving high and whatever and driving under the influence is like a completely different thing from like someone saying the N-word. You know what I mean? And I get what you're saying. And maybe the language I used last week was a bit harsh. Not that they're shitty people, but they're definitely ignorant, right? They just don't. Being ignorant isn't being like, you're fucking stupid. It's like you literally just don't know. Like you're unaware of this stuff. And I think what you were saying is valid about you grow up in certain environments that normalize this kind of like behavior and all that stuff. But I think now, today, in today's climate, today's day and age, I think it's been very progressive in the way of like now everyone just kind of, the majority of people agree like this is wrong. This isn't something that like we should be using. So like the knowledge is out there. People are aware, but they like still continue to do it. So I think it's just plain ignorance.
Like I said, I don't disagree that I don't think they should be using the word. And I find it tough for myself being in situations like that because even though I've spoken up before, I'm just like, nah, at this point, I just don't speak up because the best I could do is lead by example, right? And it's hard for me to, I guess, like find that space to tell them again and again because like over time it just becomes tiring. Like I'm not gonna parent someone, you know, and it's like their choice.
Right. But I think that goes back to how you feel. If you feel strongly about it and you tell them like, hey, bro, like that's not cool. And they get defensive, like, oh, like, fuck you, like this and that, then I don't know. That's like up to you if you want to like keep putting up with the ignorance, I guess. And I think I did say this a while ago, and I think you also kind of disagreed on the stance where I think you are who you hang out with to a certain extent. I get it. But it's just like stuff like that I feel like some people get it. Some people agree with that. And then on the other side, people are like, no, I wouldn't say like I'm exactly like that person because I hang out with them. I get it. But to me, that's my stance.
Right. I don't know. I feel like I have a bunch of different groups of friends who exhibit like different behavior, or even like people who, different phases of my life, basically, right? And so that's that group of friends, and then I have like a group of friends from work, and then a group of friends from, from like, you know, all the other places.
Right.
And I don't know. For me, I like to surround myself with people who don't necessarily also have the same mentality as me, right? Because I think for me, it just, I don't know. For me, I'm able to, I don't even know how to like put it into words, to be honest with you, but I'm able to see different sides of things, even though I agree with one. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't agree with that? Like you hang out with people who are like mainly just like you.
No, I would say I have a bunch of different friends around me with several different interests, backgrounds, like all that stuff. So I get about the like having different mentalities and like surrounding yourself with people, because if you surround with people that are just like you, I feel like that'd get kind of boring. But like, I mean, even in hindsight, like no person is the same as the other, you know, but I agree that, like whatever you're saying, that I get that you hang out with like different kinds of people. And going back to like you are who you hang out with, I think it's more about like the patterns and the social aspects of it sometimes to a certain extent. But yeah.
I don't know. For me, it's important. This is why I even brought it up in the first place, because it's important for me to have these conversations with someone who I genuinely like appreciate their opinion, because that's how I even got to like this mentality right now, is being open to like, if what you're saying is like, if I go home today, right, and I take what you say, and I'm like, okay, and I really start to question myself, like question why, let's say I still hang out with this group of people. In a way, like that might just be what I need. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so like I like to, again, like ask you these like stuff like this and like get your opinion on stuff.
Right. Yeah, because I think also a lot of people hold on to, and I'm not saying that like this is you, but some people do hold on to, let's say, people that you grew up with. You know, you only hung out with those people at that time because it was just proximity. You guys lived in the same place, went to the same school. And then everyone grew up, and now all these people have all these different interests and stuff. And a lot of people try to keep those groups around just because it was something that they had growing up, even though now you might not agree with like their life path. Like, even though that's like their life, that just doesn't fit with you. So sometimes holding on to those really old friendships, like you just kind of outgrow them, and it's okay to just let them go, you know? But I think that goes for a lot of friend groups and not just like people that you grew up with. Let's say like some work friends, you don't work there anymore, and you're just like, wait, like I kind of didn't even really like them like that, you know? And then you just kind of move on. But I think they just work like that, you know?
I get you. I get what you're coming from too. I don't know. I think like when you have different, like let's say like all views are put aside and you guys have the same interest, right? Like you really like to go running with someone, but then like 2 years later, that's like basically still what you're doing with them. It's just running, right? Is that bad to keep that? Like let's say if you were faster than them.
No, I mean, that just depends on the friendship too. Like, oh, we're just running buddies. Cool. Like, that's all we do. We run. But if you, I guess, develop a more in-depth friendship with them where it's like more than just running, you know, I mean, you can have that too, you know? So I think it all just depends on how you see the friendship and like what it is to you, you know? Like, I used to have this friend group back when I worked at, it was a different store. And, like, they were really cool. And I was like, damn, like, these are my friends, right? But looking back, all we did was go out and drink and just, like, fuck around pretty much. And then eventually, like, I left. And they were still kind of doing that and stuff. But a lot of people ended up leaving. And I was just like, damn, like, I don't even like doing that, honestly. And I was like, I have other interests and stuff like that. And we only really hung out because we worked together and we drank together. And then I was just like, like, those weren't even the kind of friends I wanted to have. You know, I didn't even feel like they were true friends. They're just people I was around. So it's just situational.
Do you want to tell them how you fucked up your shoulder?
Dude, no. It's just because of work, because all I do is move boxes. And then I did start feeling like a little shoulder pain, but I get a lot of back pain all the time, and it just goes away after a while, and then it comes back eventually. But I thought that was going to also happen, and then it just started getting worse and worse, and then it started like spreading to my back. And then like today I woke up and I couldn't put a shirt on, and I was like, this is kind of bad. So I went to the doctor, and then they were like, yeah, like, I think you need an x-ray. And I was like, fuck, but we'll see. And if like the x-ray doesn't show anything, I have to get an MRI.
Damn.
Which is like so extra. Like, I don't want to have to do that. But
I think they're trying to run up your insurance, to be honest.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not 26 yet, so I don't care. But my boyfriend earlier was making a good point about, because like I didn't want to go to the doctor. I was just like, it's just gonna go away. Like, it's fine. And I've had back pain for like 2 or 3 years, like chronic. Like, it's pretty bad. So when I do lift stuff, it hurts really bad. Anyways, he's like, go to the doctor or whatever. And I'm like, no, because the pain just goes away. And then it comes back. He's like, no, what the fuck? And he was like, dude, it's your body. And that's so true. Like, I have one body and I want to take care of it, you know?
Yeah. I've been limping around the past couple days, the past week. I don't think I ever told the pod this about my foot.
Oh my God. No, I don't want to laugh. It's not funny.
It's okay. I laugh at it. It's all right.
I just chuckled because I know it was a chuckling time when we
It's
talked
okay.
about
It's
it.
all right. I promise you, I'm good. So I was basically born with my foot backwards. It's called clubfoot because my dad was holding me, and he was like, I was supposed to be like the one healthy baby, right? Because like Pedro and Jonathan both had like problematic ass
Pregnancies?
births, and that too, yeah. but I was supposed to be like the one healthy one, right? And one, I came out yellow. I think it's like
No,
called
you're
like jaundice.
jaundice. Yeah.
And then two, my dad looked at my foot as just holding me. He's like, wait, something doesn't look right here. And then he saw that my little foot was like backwards.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine just like
Like just
standing-
completely
Yeah,
backwards?
like what if it was still backwards today? Would you be my friend?
I mean, well, I don't even think we would have met.
That's a no. That's a no. She would not be my
I
friend.
would be your friend.
Stop playing.
But
I would have a handicap parking pass, bro. Come on.
that you'd be the plug.
Exactly.
No, but is there people that don't get it fixed and they still have it?
I think so.
Okay.
Either. So this is what I'm like low key scared of because I see some people like limping sometimes, and it's just like they say that their foot hurts, and I'm like, oh shit, like my foot hurts sometimes too. Like, is my limp gonna get like that bad? And so I get worried that like over time it might like just like become worse, but I don't think I don't think it will. But there are definitely people who like either can't afford the operation or like
Right,
they
right.
just weren't aware or whatever the situation was.
Right.
It can go unnoticed, and yeah, you could see like a full grown clubfoot. I mean, they're pretty good at catching that these days, but
Right.
you never know.
And does it have to be like all the way turned around, or can it just be like a little bit to
It just needs to
classify?
be. It's basically like I don't even think this is the right word, but like a deformality of the foot. Either the foot could be like twisted in a little bit. Yeah,
Oh,
like it just
okay.
be like any what's the word position that just isn't normal.
Oh, okay. So does this start at like your hip joint, or does this start at your knee, or literally at your like
Does what start?
foot, the club foot? Because if your foot was like all the way backwards, does that mean your whole leg was, or
really
just
good
from your
question.
knee down?
I think it was. So my right leg is skinnier than my left leg, so it might have been from the knee down.
Okay.
Maybe. But I was told that the only reason why my leg was this leg is a little bit skinnier is because they had to take out muscle and shit from here to put into my
Right.
foot. I don't know how much sense that makes. I'm not even sure if that's true, but I don't know.
I mean, like for certain stuff, people like doctors usually take like muscle out of your ass to like repair stuff. So I'm surprised, but like you were a baby, so
Yeah.
you're probably like, I don't really think he even has enough ass muscle for this leg, so or for this foot.
I had no baby butt.
Oh, you're a flat baby. You're flat, Stanley.
Stop.
Stop.
Did you have a flat head? They probably laid you down a little bit, right? They're
What?
like, they're tired after the first one. They're just gonna lay her down a little bit more.
Wait,
Like you had a flat head as a kid. Like, you had to wear a
no.
helmet. I
No,
could see
I
you wearing a
didn't.
helmet.
That's why would you say this? No, I didn't wear a helmet, but I thought that was when your head was not flat, but like I think more voluminous on one side or something like that.
Maybe it's for both because I've heard that it's for flat heads too.
Oh, okay. It's just to round them out.
Yeah.
You know? Did your brothers have that?
I think I have like a flat head to be honest. I don't know.
Oh, but like I think parents can opt out. They're like, oh, so your baby has this, like we can like use a helmet and stuff. And some people say like no.
Like, no, we got one at home. It's okay.
But like imagine your parents were the ones to say no to the helmet, and now you just have a flat head.
Would you be
Or
my
you're like-
friend if I had a flat head?
Yes. Even though you wouldn't have a handicap spot.
I don't know. Might be possible.
So
Even to this day, I think my bad. Even to this day, I think about like, man, maybe I can get like a handicap a parking pass.
I mean, a lot of people can. Like you just have to tell the doctor.
That's what I'm
I think,
saying. Like, I think I could do it.
Back when I was born, I've never, this is something I've been wanting to talk about on the pod, but this is a good opportunity. So I've never met any women that have the same, or females, I guess, have the same problem as males, because I think it's not as prominent in females. So I was born and my chest isn't flat. So, everyone has a very flat chest. The ribs are like this, like how a regular rib cage looks. And mine is like open. So it's called
From the front. Right?
they're like open like this from the front, right? So both my ribs stick out no matter what. Like even when I was skinny they poked out. Now that I've gained a little bit of weight, they still poke out. But it's called, I think, pectoris excavatum. And I've only ever seen it in males and not females. So usually when it's like really bad, when you're born, you have to go through like surgery and they have to like pop your chest out pretty much.
Fuck.
And you like have a bar and then whatever, your chest is normal. But most of the times like it won't get that bad to where you just live like that. And it causes me to have like in the middle of my chest, it's like a deep like curve in, right? And none of my bras sit flat on my chest, and it's like really annoying having to shop around for shirts and stuff like that. But I've always thought like, is there a way I could have surgery to fix it? But I did look it up and it's cosmetic, so it's very expensive. But
the under 26 insurance isn't gonna cover it?
No. But I was born with that, and they did tell me when I was a kid that if I ever like grow up and have like breathing problems, because it does kind of like they go into your lungs pretty much.
Fuck.
Like they're kind of like pushing them, and they're like, oh, if you have breathing problems, like make sure to let a doctor know, because then they can do something about it. But I haven't had any, and I just hope that in the future, like I don't.
Is that what causes your back pain?
I don't think so. No, that was from also lifting boxes at my old job. But no.
So you were constantly just going to the doctor to check your ribs as a kid?
No, they check every single time I went to a new doctor. They would see it and then they would tell me the exact same thing. Like I already knew this, but like today when I went, it was a new doctor and she was like, "Oh, like you have whatever," and I was like, "I know." And she was like, "Oh, like have you had any problems breathing?" And I'm like, "No, I'm fine." And she's like, "Okay," but she's like, "You were born like this?" I was like, am I just going to develop this over time?
Can you?
I don't think so. Because I think my dad has the same thing. But my dad was always a little bit overweight. So he didn't have any problems with it.
So there's no like future things you should be worried about?
I don't think so.
See, I think like that's my worry. It's like the whole like limp getting worse, or like there was this one winter. So this is how I know it's gonna be a cold night or the winter is coming. Is because my foot starts to get it starts to cramp up, and like I'm just this one night I wake up in the morning ready to go to school or something, and I stepped down and it was like someone stabbed my foot, and it hurts so bad. I fell over because I couldn't stand on it. I stepped down and right away I was like, oh, this is it. Like I'm fucking dying right here on the floor. Yeah, but it hurts so bad. And this is like the first time this has ever happened to me.
So you didn't know what was going on?
Bro, I was so worried.
Were you aware of your club foot as a baby though when this happened?
I mean, I had a cast for like 3 to 4 years or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe 2. I don't know. But
so you were aware that your foot was a problem before, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then you were like, oh shit, this is probably the reason, right?
Yeah.
Like it didn't come too much as a surprise.
Well, every year I went to the doctor so they could do like the annual checkup for my foot.
Right.
So I had a foot doctor. I had the same foot doctor for like
since
I was a baby till I was like my last appointment was when I was like 20 or 21.
Oh, no way.
The same dude the entire time.
Yeah. Damn, is he old?
Dude, he's old as fuck. I hope by now he's retired, but
You should send him a Christmas card. You should send him letters. Be like, oh,
that'd be
thank
cool.
you.
Yeah, that would be cool. You know what? I'm gonna write that down. That's actually really nice to do because he was a really good guy. And my parents loved him too.
Damn, he held you as a baby.
Yeah, he did.
Wow. Fun fact. Oh, wait, you know what? I'll save this. Wait, is this one of the Discord questions?
Which one?
Like something about a fact. Oh, no, that's like a random fact, you know. This is not a random fact. I just know this. That when me and my sisters and I, when we were all born, we were born at the same hospital with the same doctor in the same room.
Oh, wow.
Like 3 years apart, all of us. And my mom was like, yeah, I just always thought that was crazy.
That's weird.
And I wonder if like the doctor like knew who she was, like, oh, just put her in the same room. You know what I'm saying? But
They had her in the system.
yeah.
That is cool, though. I don't even know the hospital I was born at, to be honest.
Does it not say on your birth certificate?
Probably. I mean, I haven't looked at my birth certificate in like a really long time.
Then how do you know when you were born? How do you know your chart?
Like the time?
Yeah.
My mom told me.
Oh, and she knew the exact time.
Yeah, she knew everybody's times.
No, I asked my mom and she was like, oh, I think, whatever. And I was like, no, I need you to know.
Did you ever watch Atypical?
Dude. Did I put you onto that show?
You might have told me like once or
Dude,
twice. but
I've loved it. Ever since it came out, it was such a good show.
I just started it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm on episode 4 right now.
Oh, dude. It's really good. It's so good. Like the plot I feel like is different. Anything from whatever I've seen. This one's just fun.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
very
good show.
comedic.
The first episode, I think it wasn't even like towards the second half of the episode. That's when it really like got me. The first half, I was like, I'm still like warming up to it, I guess, but I don't know.
The second half really convinced you.
Yeah.
Good. And I really hope this next season isn't their final one, but they do have a couple of seasons, like 3, right? Something like that.
They have
I think they have 3
right
now.
Yeah.
So
And then July 9th, I believe the
new one?
The new one's coming out.
fuck yeah. My boyfriend loves it too. So
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We watched what's the guy's name? Michael Rappaport, dude. I think he's so funny, but I guess he's very
The main
problematic.
character?
No, not the main character. The dad, the firefighter
dad.
dad. Yeah, I guess he's like problematic on Twitter. I'm like, no, but he's so funny to me.
Because of what he tweets, or just like his character?
No, his character.
Yeah.
He's such a dad, and I think he's such a dad in like real life though.
Oh, you know what was so sad? The part that left off at was him sitting at the stairs calling for what's her name, Casey, and like he's waiting for her to go run, but she already went to go run.
Oh,
So he's just like looking upstairs, calling her.
dude, there's a
name.
lot of moments like that. They're
Fuck.
just like, oh shit, like kind of heart wrenching, you know. It's good though. But did you meet the best friend? Fuck, what's his name? He works at the.
Yeah, no,
at the
that's like
place.
episode 1. He's such a character.
Dude, he's so funny. He's probably one of my favorite ones. And I guess you'll watch.
like when he told the mom like, "Oh, I just put my ass on his car." Like what the fuck?
I like this show because it gives a different perspective. And to those like, I guess you get the gist of the show. But to those who haven't like seen it, I guess what makes it different to me is that no one really talks about, I guess like the whole autism thing is very much like a common theme obviously in the show because that's the main character, but no one around him treats him like you're sick, you're super ill, like I'm gonna tiptoe around you, like
Well, at least his family doesn't.
right. I guess yeah. But it's from like a family perspective where it's like his life is very much normal. You know, they try to make it as normal as possible. That's why the best friend to me is one of my favorite characters because he just like fucks around with him and he's like, oh dude, like let me teach you about bitches, you know? So he just treats him like a regular guy. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah.
Cool dude.
But I really think you should give BoJack a second chance. I'm gonna really keep reminding you until you do it. It's really good.
There's been times where I've been hovering over it on Netflix. I'm just like, is today the day? Is today the
Well,
day?
like,
And I'm
what
like,
is it that turns you off on
I don't
it?
know. To be honest, I can't figure it out. Like anytime, even with like anime, right? For as much as people tell me like I want you to watch this, I cannot sit down and watch it. I don't know if it's like the cartoon aspect because I even stopped watching like Teen Titans. 'Cause I was just like, like I
Like,
don't know,
it's
like
too
it's just
much.
like maybe it's too much. I don't know.
Damn, what if it's like the frame rate and it's just like tripping you out and you're like, fuck my eyes. No, but this one's really good. It really has like a good storyline, a good
And then
plot.
you also said it was very depressive, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I want
It's
to
just
go.
heavy.
Like shit.
It's just heavy, but it's maybe you're just not ready yet.
Maybe
You know
that's
what?
okay. That's a
I
good.
think
That's a
you're
good
just not
opinion.
ready. I think when you're just like, oh, you know what? I'm in a decent headspace. I'm gonna watch this.
okay.
Maybe then.
I like
you know?
that. I like that.
Because definitely, like, when I was watching it and I stopped, it was because I was like, it was like in the middle of quarantine and things started getting really fucking dark in the country. And, like, I would watch another episode and I'd be like, bro, like, I just want to crawl in a hole. I was like, I can't do this. But I picked it back up. So,
Because you're in a
see.
better headspace.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know what? It's time.
See, I don't know. I feel pretty good. I don't know.
Do it.
Maybe
watch
that's why I
it.
don't want to like, ruin it. I guess. because I'm
No,
like,
no,
alright.
I don't think you would.
Okay. Do you have a favorite episode from BoJack?
Damn, I don't want to give it away.
Because that's what really convinces me to watch the show. It's like someone's favorite episode.
Oh, but this one's like really into the show.
Like when
I
you
can't
showed
do
me
that.
the Midnight Gospel, like the mom episode, I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm
Midnight
watching the rest of
Gospel,
it.
and then also Love, Death, and Robots. I think it's like a very specific like episode that I think my first one was. Oh wait, no, I was gonna say it was Zima Blue, but it was a different one. It was the one with the.
Didn't you say the freezer? Was that your first one?
No, it was the one where they went on the tour. The robots went on the tour to Earth.
With the cats?
Yeah, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And then we watched the other one, so it was cool.
Did you watch season 2 already?
No, I think I really want to like sit down and watch all of them. You know,
Dude, it's a quick watch.
Oh,
Quick
good.
as fuck. Yeah, they're all like 5 minutes or less.
but like, do you think these are as good as the first season?
A lot of the first season, not gonna lie to you, I could skip through a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like some of them, for example, the one in the junkyard. I don't know what it was about that episode, but I felt so off watching that.
Okay.
I don't know, I just felt disturbed. That's like the best way I could put it. But I could skip that one. I've only seen that one once. The freezer one was kind of just like, eh.
Oh yeah, the freezer one was kind of lame. And I don't know if you're gonna disagree with me on this one, but the one that I felt really off was the one when they were in space. The guy went to space and he like met up with that girl or whatever, but it was all like an illusion.
Yeah.
And like at the end, I just didn't feel good. I was like, what the fuck? I could do without that one.
The thing with that one for me was how real they looked.
Oh yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like I couldn't figure out if this was actually real people or they're
Right,
just
you're
like,
just
what
like,
the
oh
fuck?
shit. I feel you. So we're gonna get into the little Discord. So the first one is from Alex Hernandez. He asked, "Ever experienced sleep paralysis? What do you think about them demons?" I've personally never experienced it before, and I'm like terrified for the day it does happen because I really think I'll tweak.
I've only experienced it like twice, and the second time was definitely like the more freaky one. Especially because I think I snapped out of it like at the perfect moment, or else I would have just kind of been stuck there for a little bit.
Damn. What was it? Did you see a shadow person?
No, I was on a couch, right, and I thought I heard the doorknob opening. But I wasn't. I think my eyes were closed. I was looking like in one direction. I was facing the couch, right? So like the cushions. I was facing the cushions, and my arm was like out like this, to the side, and I heard the doorknob opening, but it was coming from a direction that the doorknob shouldn't be opening. You're like, oh shit, like somebody's entering the house. And then this hand, I felt something touching the fingertips of my hands. And so, and when I realized that was happening, I also realized like, oh shit, like I kind of can't move my legs right now, and my head is a little like heavy. And so that's when I was like, with everything in me, just I gotta shake myself out of it. And it took me like a good like pull to get my whole arm out of it, but
Damn.
it felt like cold. That's the best way I can put it. Yeah.
So what did you do after? Like,
I just sat up and I was like, "Fuck that!" Like,
right, but like about the doorknob, were you scared someone was like breaking in, or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm pretty sure I just like heard it. Like the other day, I don't know, I was sleeping and I thought I heard knocking at my door, like 3 loud knocks, like, and that's like what woke me up. But when I opened my eyes and I started thinking about it, I was like, I don't know, I don't think anybody actually knocked.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Next question is from Jennifer. Do you guys prefer DC or Marvel? We'll do that one first.
I've always gravitated towards DC.
I'm going to say neither because I don't know the difference. I don't watch any like superhero movies or anything like that. So I've seen some, but I don't like keep up with any of them. The second part of the question was, you're about to get into a fight. What song comes on as your soundtrack?
If I had to pick a walk out like a fight song, I think it would have to be like like 3P of Carter 3, the first song.
Stop! I knew it was gonna be a Lil Wayne song. Oh.
Come on, so you just get like hyped in the moment, you know.
Damn, I would have to put on like a Drake song. Stop. The one where he's sponsored with Nike.
I thought, you know which one I thought you were gonna pick?
Bitch. Which one?
Knockout by Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne.
That's such a good song though.
The whole album was fire.
No, it really was. I'll agree. This next one is from Michael. Is there a cringe moment that pops into your head that makes your stomach turn? I have to think about this one.
So I have one.
Okay.
And I know you're gonna laugh at me. So I was over this girl's house, right, that I was dating at the time. I was over her place, and usually her dad's never there because she was at home with her grandparents, right? So her dad like lived somewhere else, and so her dad comes in. This is like the first time I'm meeting her dad. And like, I don't think he knew I was gonna be there. Like, he just wasn't expecting me to be there. But he's heard about me, and for some reason, he's also heard about the stuff that I bought for her. I don't know how that ever came up in conversation, right? But like, keep this in mind for later. And so at first it was like cool, you know, like he just like shook my hand and it was whatever. I don't know if I honestly don't know what the fucking issue was, but out of nowhere, he just starts like yelling at me and telling me like, oh, you don't have to buy her shit. Like, I could buy her anything she wants. And just, bro, going off. And like me, I didn't know if he was joking or not. Right. So I'm kind of smiling at him. Oh. And I'm like, like just like frozen there. Like, is this really happening right now? And then when she's like, Dad, stop. That's when I was like, oh shit. Like, this man's for real. And that's like when my flight or fight instincts kicked in.
And then you punched him?
No, I mean, I couldn't fight him. But like, I was stuck there, so I couldn't like get away either. So I just fucking froze. And I was like, damn. Like, what is going on? So I turned around and tell me why he's like still yelling. And tell me why, like, it took everything in me, like, not to cry. Like, I wanted to cry so bad.
Really? Oh, my God.
And this is the part where I guess, like, why I found it cringy. But I was like, man, I wanted to cry so bad. And, like, I'm trying to hold my tears back. I'm like, I'm not trying to cry in front of this guy. And then the fucking girl I'm dating. And tell me why she pointed it out. And she's like, why are you crying? She's like, you better not be crying, basically.
Damn, you just had to break up with her at that point because
Nah, bro,
because of that alone.
It didn't hit me, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe I should leave. But like her grandma was really soothing. She's like, oh, it's okay. Like, you know, he's like in a bad mood or whatever. And
What the fuck? That's so scary.
bro, I did not
so
know.
bad for you.
I've never been in that situation before
Oh.
where I was just been yelled at by this grown ass man
Right.
for treating his daughter good, basically.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah, bro. It was
That's
wild.
fucking scary. Anyways, I would think like one cringy moment for me. You're gonna think this is kind of funny though, but this was back when I was in college, and I had a class with this one guy, and he like really liked me, but I didn't like him like that. But we were good friends, and I knew for a fact. I already knew it at this point, and he didn't think that I knew because every single time
he
he would,
liked you.
yeah, and every single time he would try to like do some boyfriend girlfriend shit, I would like swerve him. I'd be like, like you're funny or whatever. And I'm like, bro, like, why don't you get the hint, right? So eventually we went to Panera one day, and he told me why, like, he like professed his love to me in front of the Panera by RMU.
Oh, out of all places.
Yeah. And I could have said literally anything, but I was like, what? I was like, oh, no. I was trying to act so confused. And I was like, no, I didn't know that you liked me. And he was like, how could you not tell, like this and that? And I'm just like,
Did
fuck.
you know?
I did
You
know.
did
I'm
know,
telling
right?
you.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I
you're right,
did
you're right.
know. But I was just like, there's
yeah.
people around. There's fucking students around. Like, we're in front of the Panera. Like, I was cringing so hard. And I could have said literally anything. But I said that. And I was like, oh, I look back and I'm like, fuck.
How do you take it?
I was just basically like, oh, like, I didn't know, whatever. And he was like, yeah, like, you know, I've liked you for a while, like this and that. And I was like, yeah, let's get back to class. But the situation was very messy, I will say. That's a story for another day, though. I like to forget. Okay, next question. The next one is also from Michael. What are some hidden gems of Chicago?
I mean, we were talking about this before we started, and I don't know. You said just like some of your favorite. You're gonna say some of your favorite restaurants.
Yeah, I was gonna say this like one spot in Chinatown. Watch this not be a fucking hidden gem. Everyone knows about it. It's called Saint's Alp. It's a tea house. It's really nice. I feel like whenever I see like TikToks of like favorite spots in Chinatown, it's like the regular ones, and I never see that one. It's just like you guys are missing out on this one. But I would say like that.
Fuck.
The planetarium.
No, I go to this one place up north for pupusas.
Ooh,
It's like on the corner. I forgot like what the streets are, to be honest. But I don't know. If you really like pupusas, should I look it up?
Sure.
I get like the intersection. 3125 West Lawrence Avenue.
Oh, on the north side?
Yeah. Dude, tell me that shit doesn't look fire.
Dang. I haven't had a good pupusa since my parents were friends with these Salvadorian people. And this is when everyone was being a scammer, and they were in their pyramid scheme, and their uplines were Salvadorian, and they made pupusas and stuff, and they invited us over. Oh, fun fact.
They made them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fun fact, like they had triplets, and it's like the only triplets I've ever seen ever. And they were younger. They're cool though.
You know, someone else just told me that they have friends who are triplets.
Oh, really?
It's so weird.
But yeah, those were really good. Very, very good. Love. Let's see. This next one is from Juanito. What's the most ridiculous fact you know? This was the first question.
My fact would have to be that whales used to be wolves, which I think I talked about this on the podcast before. But
Did
they
you wanna-
evolved into wolves back in the day. Just I think sea levels were rising.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there was necessarily a wolf, but it was like a like something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, as sea levels were rising, they had to find food in the water, and so over time they just evolved into this like this mini whale. And then because
Damn,
their
they
diet,
got huge then.
yeah, and so right now the length that I think it's a blue whale. Is that the biggest whale? Yeah, right. The blue whale.
I have no idea.
So the only reason that they can't get any bigger than that is because the time it'll take for their mouth to open and close for krill would be too long and the krill would escape. So they can't increase their diet anymore. So which means like we're literally seeing the biggest animal to possibly ever exist like right now. But they're not going to get
Wow.
bigger than that.
That's really interesting. That is a fun fact. I would just say mine is that spelunking is cave exploring. And I
Did you
love
ever do
using that.
that?
I think so, yeah.
That's cool. Oh, no.
Yeah, I haven't been cave exploring, but I've been in caves and I think they're fun. But especially ones that like people have already spelunked, I guess, because you know that there's not going to be like weird shit if there's always like tourists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so one time when I was hanging out with Jade, we watched, and I don't know how we got here. I wonder if I think it was them. They had on YouTube, and it was people going into the most claustrophobic, like caves or some shit like that. And I think one of them was called like like Earth's Howl or some shit like that. And it was literally like on the side of this huge ass like rock. It was, I shit you not, it was an opening about like just like small as shit.
Like, what the fuck? Like, how
It
can
was
you...
extremely small, where like your body could barely fit if you moved your body the right way. And that's how it was the entire way in. It was just super tight, like super, super tight. And it was just people like doing this challenge with like a camera on their like helmet or whatever. But dude, you have to watch these videos. Like they're fucking scary.
How does that not... Like, that makes my hands sweat.
No, yeah, it gets really tense because sometimes like they get stuck and they're stuck there for like 15 minutes and like you could tell they start to panic and they speed it up because like it was very long, but you could tell they were like panicking and they were like, okay, we like some people lost shoes, like all this shit. It was fucking scary. But next question from Juanito is, what is the weirdest thing you've ever seen in someone else's home?
My friend owns like several chickens, and like that's just like weird to me every single time I go over, just because like I've never grew up with chickens.
Oh.
But yeah, he has like a chicken coop and everything. So
Like in his backyard?
yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Do they like eat the eggs from it or do they
I
sell
think
them?
so. I think they eat the eggs.
But they
and
don't
maybe
like
the
sell
chickens. I don't know, to be honest. I never really asked that much about it.
them. You're just like, you just accept it. I have to think about mine.
Oh, in that same apartment, there's also like a mini T-Rex, but the T-Rex's head becomes a penis. So like, I don't know. It's just
What the fuck?
yeah.
I guess this isn't like the weirdest thing I've seen, but let's just say this is close enough to the question. But something that I do, and I don't know, like I feel like this is very rude of me, so if anything, I'm going to expose myself. But I think it is more common than people think because I heard this on the radio, and it was like, oh, what do people... Like when they go into people's homes, like what is one thing they like look at or look for or whatever? And like it was a common answer. So I was like, oh, so I'm not the only one that does this, but I always look into people's showers.
Like when you purposely go to the bathroom to like open.
No. Like when I'm in the bathroom, like I just like glance. I'm just like, let me look at their shower. But that's it. So chances
Have you
are,
seen some shit before?
no, they're just regular showers. But sometimes I'm like, damn, y'all live like this. But for the most part, it's like whatever, you know. But let's see. Next question. This one's from Alberto. Funniest / weirdest things to see in the CTA.
I mean, dude, there's always some shit going down. Honestly, I mean, I don't know.
I got like kicked by a homeless person on the CTA, like hard. Like I'm talking like not like a little kick. They grabbed me from behind, from the shoulders, and then like full force, like kicked me in the back of my leg where I almost fell. And it was like it was like 11 p.m. And I was like, what the fuck? And this person was like bigger than me. And I think it was a woman, an old woman, but you could tell she wasn't like there. And it was really scary because I'm just a smaller person. Like, I'm not going to be able to fight you with all your rage.
What did you even do,
stuff.
though?
Nothing. I was standing there waiting for the bus. Yeah. That was fucking scary. But
what the fuck?
yeah, I like went, this was off the Belmont Red Line, and I was trying to get home, but I went to where the CTA attendants are, and I'm like knocking on their thing because I couldn't even walk because it hurt so bad.
She probably booted the fuck out of you.
Yeah. And they were like, I've knocked on the glass, and they're like, what? And I'm just like, don't. I was like, this fucking weird bitch is like beating on me. And there's like a cop nearby, and like they came. And I was like, bitch. But I did not press charges because that would be really Caucasian of me. So I was like, I just want to go home.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
You still have like a fucking dent
No.
when she hit you.
It was really scary. But I would say that's my experience. And I know that wasn't weird or funny.
I don't even got one, to be honest. Like, I mean, I've ridden the CTA for like 8 years straight, so I'm sure I've seen a lot of shit, but I don't know. I just can't remember one right now.
Let's see. Next question is from Toya. Do you flush your used toilet paper in the toilet, or do you throw it away in the trash? This is actually a very good question.
I flush mine.
You flush yours?
Mine.
Growing up, we wouldn't flush it.
Really?
We'd have a trash can, but now I flush it. And they still have a trash can, but I don't know if they use it or not because I don't use it. So
As
I don't know.
in your family?
Yeah. But no, I flush it now. I flush it. This next one is from Morelia. Thoughts on what happens after death? Like, do you guys believe in afterlife or reincarnation?
I think that last time I talked to my mom at the breakfast spot, that was kind of my answer to this question. Was I think that, I don't know, maybe we're put here to learn a certain lesson, and once we learn that lesson, and then once we pass, we're told or not if we learned that lesson that we had to learn.
Right.
And then from there, we're either put into a different situation to learn another lesson, or maybe once you've learned that lesson, that's all you have to do, and now you could choose what you can reincarnate into. I don't know. That's like kind of my belief right now.
Right. Dang. I don't know, dude. I think there is an afterlife, but I don't know if it's reincarnation, but I think since it's such a common thing about like religions and stuff like that, there's definitely some truth to it, I feel like. So, and also going back to like matter, or like, yeah, matter can't be destroyed or whatever.
Right.
Or what was it? Like,
I think it is matter. Basically, energy can only be transferred, not destroyed.
Right. Energy can only be transferred. So I think there's definitely something like that going on. I don't think you just die and like that's it. You know,
it's kind of scary.
But I guess we'll find out. You want to volunteer? And then come back and let me know. This last one is
You're the lady from Casper. Have you seen Casper?
No.
Okay, next question.
This last one is from Jacqueline. Twin, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I've only seen the second
Twilight?
Twilight movie, and I don't know. I think I like Jacob. No, not Jacob. More Edward.
Why though? Based off your one movie.
No, I just like vampires more than werewolves, I guess.
That's the only thing you're
That's
basing this
literally the
off
only
of?
thing I'm basing it off of. I've always liked the Legend of Vampires a lot more than werewolves.
I'm dead because people are gonna be like, "What the fuck? You base it off just this?" But I would also go Team Edward because Jacob is just so fucking toxic. Like, you just have to watch him. Like, why does he have to be like that? Plus, he's fucking weird for imprinting on a fucking baby. Tell me that isn't some weird shit that the fucking, what's her name? Stephanie Meyer, I think is her author, the author of the books or
I
whatever.
have no idea.
Yeah, where it's like, why would you put this?
What do you mean imprint? Like, what did he do when he was holding the
Like,
baby?
I guess he like imprinting is like some sort of like weird not a weird attachment. It's an attachment to like a certain person. And I guess in the books or the movies, if you imprint on someone, like that person is like off limits. So Bella, being a mortal, she wasn't protected because she wasn't like a vampire or like a fucking a wolf or whatever. So she obviously got with Edward and had a kid eventually. But Jacob was always very much like trying to protect her, like this and that. And it eventually, you find out that the whole like, oh, I have to protect her is because she eventually had a kid. And that kid, like, I guess you cannot choose who you imprint on. It just happens. And for Jacob, it was Bella's baby.
And when you say like off limits, what does that mean?
Like, the vampires can't like eat her, or like no one can try to like kill them, I guess, because they're like protected basically by the wolves, the wolf people. But some shit like that. If I'm wrong, then fuck it. I didn't read the books. That's what I got. But yeah, I don't know why they fucking do that in the book. Like, that's kind of weird. But Jacob is toxic.
So that's why you prefer like Edward over Jacob.
No,
Or
there's
just, like,
more to
the whole
it.
toxic part of it.
Yeah, he's just like, dude, Bella doesn't even really like you like that. Just let her be with her vampire boyfriend.
Yeah, I definitely noticed some like anger issues here and there.
Right? I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, you're being angsty. But that was all for the Discord questions.
Those are some good ones. I had
Yeah.
a couple good laughs.
I like it.
Well, this is episode 49.
This
so we
is
have
episode
3
49.
more for 52.
We have 4 more for what?
52. 3 more for 452. Or
Are
2
we gonna
more.
stop at 52? Or
No.
I thought you were gonna say for 50. We have like 1 more for 50.
I always just say 52 because it's like the year. It's just 52
52
episodes.
weeks?
Yeah, 52 weeks.
Oh, okay. But we are going to do a little something for 50. And then, we are going to hit the year, which is going to be really special. So we might even do a little fusion on that stuff. But we'll see. We'll see.
For sure. Well, thank you guys for listening this week.
Thanks, guys.